Hey, welcome back to Newbie Debate, Novice 101. Today we're going to be talking about OpenCaselist and specifically the different websites on the OpenCaselist tree or umbrella, if you will. So you'll want to go to opencaselist.com. I'll have the website in the description below. After logging in, which you should log in with either your NSDA login or you might have to make a new one. It's been a while since I've done this. I can't recall if they just used the NSDA one or not because it's the same email for me. But go through whatever process it wants you to go through in creating an account or linking your account to get to this point here where you have these 6 boxes. Two main things that you're going to be worrying about is right here, this top middle box and this bottom right box, the neon green and this navy blue. So we'll go ahead and go over the high school policy wiki. This is called the wiki. There's a few things you can do here. If you want to look at previous years, you can click this little top left button with the years, and then you can change which case list you're looking at. This is where people will post their affirmative cases and negative arguments after they've read them. So if you have no idea what this is, you'll probably need to create a school for yourself, which you have to have an account to do. So make sure you create an account. But if you have an account and you're not currently on here, which I would double check, maybe ask your teammates, like, are we on the wiki? Check like different names for your schools, or if your team has a different name than the school name, maybe search that up. Check all the schools in your state, whether it's Kansas or Missouri, or if you're watching and you're outside of my little range of students, just to make sure you're definitely not on here so you're not creating any confusion. But if you're not, you can go and create a school and choose the name for the school, and then you can add your students. But once you've created a school, then you'll be on this list. So we'll go ahead and go to one that I know has stuff for the affirmative and the negative. I think we'll go to a Kansas school preferably. Go to Blue Valley Southwest. So here is the example of teams. So anytime a partnership debates, you'll want to create a partnership. Like, let me see if I can find any examples. No, that's the same last name, but different people. It happens less in high school, but pretend this person right here, maybe their partner that they debate with normally was sick, and they had to go to a big tournament with, say, one of these other people that are on the team. This one person might show up in multiple of these different things because they would want to have a bit of disclosure for this partner and whichever temporary backup partner debated together. That's a kind of a you call. If you think there's no chance that they'll ever debate together again, you can just throw it on both of the students. Like, say this person, Savannah and Nicholas, debated together. You can have, if they debated a new affirmative, Nicholas and Savannah can both just post on their individual wikis that affirmative. But that's kind of a you call. You just want to make sure that you disclose in some variety. But you can hover over the name of a student or team, and there we go. Here's one. This one has some disclosure. So if we go to the affirmative, it'll pull up this, but you can also hit this to show the negative. Here's the sites. You can click this, and it'll show you. This was at the Washburn Rule Debate Invitational, Round 1 versus Blue Valley North PN, and their judge was Shelton. And that's this one right here. So if you wanted to download the open source document, if there is one to download, you'll see this little icon here, and you can click it, and it'll download, and it'll go to your downloads, and you can open it up. And it should have the full copies of the cards, but it'll also create, when you're going through and adding a site, because you'll go ahead and add site, it'll create this, or you can have verbatim create it, where the citations are all generated here, where it shows you the tagline, the author, and then like the first sentence and the last sentence of the card, so that you can go through and find it yourself, or cross-check to make sure that maybe they power tagged this card and you wanted to double check that. You can go to wherever they got this, which it looks like this one was from a book. So you need to find that book online, or maybe email them and be like, hey, can I get access to this? And maybe they can help you out. Usually people are nice like that, and want to be open and transparent about things, because I imagine they do genuinely believe in this card. And if they cut it out of context or power tagged it, maybe you can get some indicator of that. If they're like, no, we can't show you what this book is, and they aren't willing to like direct you in the right direction to find the book or access it, then maybe that should send some red flags that something's on there. But in an ideal world, a lot of them are just going to be URLs, and you can pull up that URL and access it yourself, which is pretty nice. And then on the negative, this team doesn't have anything posted, but it's the same thing. These ones are just open sources. If you go to this round report, they didn't break down what they went for in the 1 and C, but they show you what they went for in the 2 and R. AKA these are the arguments that they collapsed down to, which is a little confusing as to why they went for so much stuff. But then again, I wasn't in the round, so maybe that made sense for them. But they had this T minerals, Russia relations DA, and permafrost DA. So if you were to download this file from the open source, that's what you would see in there. And it was a response to this logistics affirmative that Olathe North MM read in front of this judge at this tournament in this round. And they're on the negative, obviously, because this is on their neg. But you can also go to all. You can hit these little buttons to filter. But yeah, so this is a high school policy wiki. If people are like, did you disclose on the wiki? Do you have this posted on the wiki? This is what they're talking about. Next, we'll go to OpenCaselist again. I just hit this little top left button, Open Evidence Project. This shows you from all of the high school summer camps that do debate. We'll post this through the NDCA, where all of the files that they put together at some of these, like the Harvard camp or the Michigan camp or Missouri State, KU is a name that some of y'all will recognize from the Kansas City area. But you can go through, there's some AF files they put together, because generally how these summer camps will work is they put together files before the debate season starts, and then they'll debate. And so they'll have a little camp tournament at the end after they've prepped all their files. And so these are the affirmative cases that some of these different camps, some of them will be Michigan's from, they have multiple different Michigan camps, but they'll put together, say this Michigan camp put together this military bases affirmative. They also probably put together some negative stuff against it, that you can find under AF and case neg. Sometimes they'll put it on one, sometimes they'll just have it be neg and it's the same title. And so they had a camp tournament where they debated with these files, and they've been publicly listed and available for you. You can go to files by type. So say you want to look at counterplans. Here's some Arctic Council counterplans. Consult Indigenous people. Say you wanted to look at the critiques from this season. There's some critiques. Say you wanted to look at disadvantages that people put together. Here are some disadvantages, et cetera, et cetera. This is a good source of publicly available stuff. You definitely want to do your own stuff and do your own research when it comes to debate preparation, because everybody has access to these and are very familiar with the arguments. And so if you just are exclusively debating these, people will see right through it, and they'll be like, okay, you're just debating stuff that I have I've accessed all of your extensions and back files for those arguments, and so I can prep against you very well. So having your own stuff is good, but this is a great starting point. So going and downloading all of the stuff that you think is relevant to you is super helpful, especially when it comes to topicality files. Like anytime a new topic will come out, I will go to the NSDA website and look at the previous topics and look for words that have been reused. And then you can go to open evidence. Like say 2015 used a word in their topic that is in the next topic. I can go to 2015. And you have all these 2015 stuff, files by type for 2015. Go to topicality. Here's topicality files from all the way in 2015. So you might find some evidence or some definitions for stuff that are helpful for future stuff. But yeah, so this is OpenCaselist. It went a little bit longer than I hoped it was, but this is a great resource. I would recommend that you post stuff on the wiki. Obviously, consult your coach and talk about your options for that, but having a world where people disclose their arguments creates a way for people to be more prepared on arguments and have better debates, so that students aren't going into debates debating stuff for the first time and being absolutely waxed and not really learning much until they have an opportunity to go and actually prepare for it later. So this gives us the opportunity to prepare in advance and also double check that people aren't cheating or lying about their arguments. A lot of great things that can come with disclosure. So that's a big issue that we won't really delve into here, but this is the website. We post in the description below. Make sure to take advantage of these resources. If you're on the packet, obviously, you can't really read things that are outside of the packet. If you're the NDCA packet, or if you're in DKC and you're debating the DKC packet, you've got to be restricted to those. But if you're in varsity, or if your packet is only for a part of the season like it is for DKC, then this should help you in your prep for all those tournaments that are outside of the packet. All right, thanks a lot.